Beyond presents Fragments. A fragment from a history play by John Day. Good title. OK, so we don't have a title for this one. It is listed in the epic catalogue of British drama by Martin Wiggins with Catherine Richardson as just a history play written by John Day in the summer of 1601, surviving on the back of a scrap of paper used to make a note about a debt. So, what is the play about? Well, it's about two brothers, one talking to the other. They seem to be talking over the still warm corpses of some rebel-type people, describing them thusly.
Brother, they were two neighbours of our state, yet both infected with a strong disease and mortal sickness, proud ambition.
Killed by ambition, described as a disease. I got a dose of ambition once, but I got over it. Took some pills from the doctor. Anyway, these dead people, having caught ambition, grew dangerous.
Which, being rank and villainously near, had they not been prevented, might have proved fatal and dangerous.
Their ambition would have been fatal and dangerous if they hadn't been stopped. Stopped with death.
Then, since scornful death hath like a skilful artist cured that fear which might have proved so hurtful to ourselves.
Now that's a nice turn of phrase. Death as artist, working a cure to save the kingdom? These protagonists? Anyway, time to dispose of the bodies, and we get the name of one of them.
Let us commit in sad and mournful sound their worths to fame, their bodies to the ground. For the dead Percy bore a gallant mind. England has my prayers left behind.
So, one of them is a Percy. The other corpse, who knows? And the two brothers, who knows? There are a number of possible Percys available, so let's not hare off down any particular historical track too quickly. It feels like the close of a play, but there's no direct evidence that it is, just that it's the end of this particular unit of action for Percy and co. As we took a number of takes with Simon Nader, here's the whole speech again.
Brother, they were two neighbours of our state, yet both infected with a strong disease and mortal sickness, proud ambition, which, being rank and villainously near, had they not been prevented, might have proved fatal and dangerous. Then, since scornful death hath like a skilful artist cured that fear which might have proved so hurtful to ourselves, let us commit in sad and mournful sound their worths to fame, their bodies to the ground. For the dead Percy bore a gallant mind. England has my prayers left behind.
And that's it. That's your lot. 12 lines, 88 words. Well, I say 88 words, not including the ones scribbled out. We'll come to that in a moment. I rather like them, but it is an interesting technical challenge for the actor as to how to pitch a contextless scene. And here's a snippet of Simon and I discussing where to pitch it. He wasn't happy with the last take.
It was wrong, but it was different, you know.
Yeah.
It depends. It just depends. Like if he's burying like a rival, but it's that feeling, isn't it? It's like I'm sad they're dead, but they're ambitious. But let's bury them because that's the Christian thing to do.
Yeah,
is what I took from it.
Yeah,
but,
I think they're absolutely right. Want another crack?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thank you.
And there is a final textual note that some of the lines have been crossed out. So our recording has the line as,
let us commit in sad and mournful sound.
Whereas the text has, let's bear them hence, us commit in sad and mournful sound. Bear them hence, crossed out. And then there's another two lines.
For the dead Percy bore a gallant mind.
For the brave dead Percy bore a gallant mind. with brave removed. As the text comes to us on the back of a scrap of paper used for something else, it suggests that this is Day working through his text, a scrap of a draft finalised elsewhere. This initial draft turned over and used to remind someone of a debt. If you want to go further and hear how we got here, our earlier exploring session is available on YouTube. It's not very long, but hey, neither is the fragment. The link is in the show description, as is a link to the Lost Plays database that has a copy of the text. But for now, sit back and enjoy the full audio recording of the Fragment of a History Play by John Day, with Simon Nader as the brother. Enjoy.
Brother, they were two neighbours of our state, yet both infected with a strong disease and mortal sickness, proud ambition, which, being rank and villainously near, had they not been prevented, might have proved fatal and dangerous. Then, since scornful death hath like a skilful artist cured that fear which might have proved so hurtful to ourselves, let us commit in sad and mournful sound their worths to fame, their bodies to the ground, for the dead Percy bore a gallant mind. England has my prayers left behind.
In the Fragment of a History Play by John Day, Simon Nader was the brother, and the episode was hosted and produced by Robert Crighton for the Beyond Podcast. Beyond is supported by its patrons. Become a patron and you get to choose the plays we work on next. Go to www.patreon.com/Beyond Shakespeare. Links in the show description. Goodbye.
Brother, they were two neighbours of our state. Sorry. Shouldn't have said do it differently.